85-year-old woman looks 60. Her secret: just castor oil and baking soda. In a world perpetually enamored with the latest anti-aging elixirs, often presented in sleek bottles with price tags that can make one wince, there exists a woman named Maria, who at 85 years young embodies a quiet defiance of these trends. Her secret, a practice that consistently leaves people astounded, is not found in the sterile environment of a surgeon's office or the exhaustive application of expensive creams. Instead, Maria's youthful appearance, which often leads others to mistake her for someone in her early 60s, is the result of a conscious and consistent dedication to two unassuming, readily available kitchen staples: castor oil and baking soda. This is not a narrative of overnight, superficial transformations. Rather, it represents a profound recalibration of perspective, a deep-seated commitment to a simplified ritual, and a thoughtful embrace of time-honored wisdom. Maria's approach is remarkably accessible, a method that transcends age and circumstance, inviting anyone to adopt it. Over the following moments, we will embark on a journey to uncover Maria's precise daily practices, explore the scientific underpinnings that illuminate why these humble ingredients are so potent, and provide a clear, actionable guide for integrating them into your own life, starting today. Maria's story begins in 1940, a testament to an era where life in her sun-drenched village, nestled amongst fragrant olive groves and vibrant lavender fields, was defined by a profound, unadorned simplicity. Her mother and grandmother, like many women of their generation, drew upon the earth's abundance and the rich tapestry of ancestral knowledge, employing herbs, natural oils, and time-tested routines to nurture their skin, hair, and overall well-being. However, Maria's life journey was not always a placid stream. As she entered her 50s, the undeniable weight of aging began to manifest. Her skin felt increasingly dry and brittle. Her hair started to thin. A persistent fatigue settled in, and a more intangible feeling emerged: the subtle dimming of her inner radiance. She vividly recalls a particular morning, gazing into the mirror, a poignant question echoing within her: "Where did I go?" This introspective moment served as a powerful catalyst, igniting a desire not to merely recede into the background, but to actively embark on a journey of rediscovery. Her aim was not to recapture lost youth, but to re-establish a connection with the very practices and knowledge that had sustained the women who had shaped her life. She found herself reminiscing about her grandmother's luxuriant, thick braids, her mother's naturally glowing complexion, and the small, unassuming glass bottle that always held a place of honor on her vanity: castor oil. She also remembered the simple bowl of baking soda, a versatile ally in their home, used for everything from meticulous cleaning tasks and daily toothbrushing to serving as a remarkably gentle facial exfoliant. Her rediscovery began subtly through small, intentional acts. A single drop of castor oil, applied before bedtime, evolved into a cherished nightly ritual. A mere pinch of baking soda, perhaps incorporated once a week, became a gentle method for cleansing and brightening her complexion. There were no elaborate product lines, no costly procedures, just the rediscovery of potent remedies already present within her own kitchen. Over time, a gradual, beautiful transformation began to unfold. Her skin progressively softened, regaining a suppleness that had seemed lost. Her hair, once diminished, started to regain its strength and vitality. Yet, perhaps the most profound change was the return of that elusive spark. It wasn't merely a superficial veneer of youth, but a deep, internal sense of being truly alive again, of being seen, and of being profoundly cared for. Today, Maria's approach to skincare transcends a mere routine. It is a sacred, consistent practice, a quiet affirmation of her unwavering belief that it is never too late to prioritize self-care. She understands that when one genuinely begins to love and appreciate the woman reflected back in the mirror, a profound internal shift occurs, rippling outward to transform one's entire perspective on the world. So, what is it about castor oil and baking soda that renders them so exceptionally effective? Why would a woman in her 80s place her trust in two ingredients so readily found in almost every household and pharmacy? Let us first delve into the remarkable properties of castor oil. This extraordinary oil is derived from the seeds of the castor plant, scientifically known as Ricinus communis. Its therapeutic and cosmetic applications stretch back thousands of years, with evidence of its use dating back to ancient Egypt, where it was employed for a diverse array of purposes, from healing minor wounds and deeply moisturizing the skin to stimulating hair growth, and even providing relief from the discomfort of arthritic pain. The secret to its efficacy lies within its unique chemical composition. A significant portion, approximately 90% of castor oil, is comprised of ricinoleic acid, a rare and potent fatty acid renowned for its remarkable anti-inflammatory, antibacterial, and deeply penetrating moisturizing properties, making it exceptionally beneficial for mature skin. Castor oil functions much like a protective seal, effectively trapping essential moisture within the skin, thereby reducing the appearance of fine lines and flaky dryness, and actively supporting the skin's natural collagen production. Many women, mirroring Maria's own practice, incorporate castor oil into their evening skincare routine as a facial massage oil. The process is elegantly simple. A few drops, warmed gently between the fingertips, are then pressed softly into clean skin. Its rich, thick consistency naturally encourages a slower, more mindful application, a reflection of the wisdom inherent in embracing patience in our approach to self-care. Now let us turn our attention to the other cornerstone of Maria's regimen, baking soda, also known by its chemical name, sodium bicarbonate. This unassuming white powder boasts a long history of use, dating back to the 1800s, not only in culinary arts but also for household cleaning and, as one might expect, personal care. Its slightly alkaline nature is fundamental to its effectiveness. It possesses the remarkable ability to neutralize acidity, absorb odors, and act as a gentle yet highly effective cleansing agent. When utilized with careful moderation, baking soda serves as a mild exfoliant, effectively sloughing away dead skin cells, helping to unclog pores, and promoting a brighter, more luminous complexion without the need for harsh scrubbing. However, the operative word here is sparingly. Due to its inherently high pH level, which hovers around 9, baking soda can potentially lead to dryness or irritation, particularly for individuals with sensitive or mature skin if used too frequently or applied too aggressively. This is precisely why Maria adheres to using it only once a week, blending it with a small amount of water or honey to create a gentle, soothing paste. The objective is not to aggressively scrub the skin, but rather to gently awaken it. Consider it a reset button for your complexion, and crucially, it is always essential to follow this exfoliation with a nourishing moisturizer, or, as Maria does, a few drops of castor oil to rehydrate and calm the skin barrier. Together, castor oil and baking soda forge a powerful yet elegantly simple approach to skincare. One ingredient deeply moisturizes and nourishes, while the other gently refreshes and clarifies. Both are exceptionally affordable, easily sourced, and when handled with care and appropriate frequency, demonstrably safe for aging skin. Indeed, contemporary scientific research has begun to highlight the antimicrobial and anti-inflammatory benefits of castor oil, lending further credence to its traditional applications. While baking soda may not be perceived as a cutting-edge skincare product, its established properties in cleansing and pH balancing continue to be explored and validated. This is not a tale of magic or miraculous cures. It is a return to fundamental principles rooted in the restorative power of nature, the enduring wisdom of tradition, and the quiet, profound knowledge held by women like Maria, for it is often the simplest elements that possess the most significant and enduring power. Having established the fundamental nature of castor oil and baking soda, let us now explore the scientific rationale behind their efficacy. This exploration moves beyond anecdotal evidence and folklore, delving into the biological and chemical processes that explain their remarkable benefits. As we progress through life, our skin undergoes a series of natural transformations. The production of collagen, the protein that provides structural support and elasticity to our skin, begins to slow down. The elastin fibers, responsible for the skin's ability to bounce back, start to degrade. Furthermore, our skin's natural production of sebum, the oily substance that keeps it supple and moisturized, also diminishes. The cumulative effect of these physiological changes results in the emergence of fine lines, increased dryness, a loss of firmness, and that characteristic dull, sometimes papery texture that many begin to notice in their 50s, 60s, and beyond. This is precisely where the benefits of castor oil become apparent. Dermatologists classify castor oil as an occlusive moisturizer. This means it forms a protective yet breathable barrier on the skin's surface, effectively trapping existing moisture and preventing transepidermal water loss, a primary contributor to the visible signs of aging. Moreover, castor oil also functions as a humectant, a substance that draws moisture from the surrounding environment into the skin. This action is akin to that of hyaluronic acid, a popular skincare ingredient, but achieved through a far more economical and accessible natural oil. The ricinoleic acid found abundantly in castor oil has been scientifically demonstrated to enhance skin hydration, effectively reduce inflammation, and significantly improve the overall texture and appearance of the skin, as supported by findings published in journals such as the Journal of Cosmetic Dermatology. Beyond its moisturizing capabilities, castor oil has also been the subject of studies examining its antibacterial and anti-inflammatory properties. This is particularly relevant as we age because even minor chronic inflammation can accelerate the breakdown of collagen, a process often referred to as inflammaging. By actively reducing this inflammation, castor oil may play a role in preserving existing collagen and consequently slowing down the visible manifestations of aging. Now, let us consider the role of baking soda. Our skin naturally undergoes a process of shedding dead cells, a cycle that typically occurs every 28 to 40 days. However, as we age, this natural cell turnover rate tends to slow down. Consequently, dead skin cells can accumulate on the surface, leading to skin that appears dull, uneven in tone, and generally tired. When used with a gentle touch, baking soda acts as a mild physical exfoliant. It aids in the removal of this outermost layer of dead skin cells, thereby revealing fresher, brighter, and more vibrant skin underneath in small, controlled amounts. This process not only stimulates cell turnover, but also enhances the absorption of subsequent skincare products. This means that the castor oil you apply afterward can penetrate more deeply and deliver its nourishing benefits more effectively. However, and this point cannot be stressed enough, baking soda must be employed with meticulous care. The natural surface of our skin is inherently acidic, typically maintaining a pH level of around 5.5. This natural acidity is crucial. It acts as a protective shield, safeguarding against bacterial invasion and helping to maintain the integrity of the skin's barrier function. Baking soda, conversely, is alkaline, with a pH of approximately 9. This significant difference in pH can disrupt the skin's natural barrier if baking soda is used too frequently or left on the skin for extended periods. This is why dermatological and skincare experts consistently recommend its use no more than once a week. They advise mixing it with a buffering agent such as honey or water, and always following up with a hydrating oil like castor oil afterward. When implemented in this measured and mindful manner, baking soda does not inflict damage upon the skin. Rather, it revitalizes it. The synergistic combination of gentle exfoliation and deep replenishing moisturization represents one of the most straightforward yet remarkably potent skincare strategies available. What is particularly fascinating is that the combined actions of castor oil and baking soda effectively mimic the sophisticated results often sought through high-end skincare formulations, but without the exorbitant cost or unnecessary complexity. The principles of effective skincare do not always need to be intricate. Often, they serve to validate what discerning individuals like Maria have intuitively understood for generations. The body inherently responds to attentive care. The skin thrives on simplicity, and the process of aging, when embraced with the right supportive tools and a positive outlook, can indeed be a beautiful and rewarding journey. So, how does an 85-year-old woman who has consciously abstained from cosmetic surgery, expensive products, product regimens, and elaborate beauty treatments achieve a visible appearance and an internal feeling often associated with someone decades younger. It all begins with a rhythm, not merely a routine, but a sacred ritual. This is a slow, deliberate, and cherished daily cadence that honors her skin, her spirit, and her entire being. Every single morning, Maria commences her day with warm water and a profound sense of gratitude. She eschews harsh soaps, opting instead for a soft, damp cloth and a few refreshing splashes of water to gently awaken her skin. Following this, while her skin is still delicately damp, she applies just 2 to 3 precious drops of castor oil. The critical technique, as she emphasizes, is to press the oil into the skin rather than to rub it. This gentle pressing action of castor oil aids in sealing in existing moisture, thereby ensuring her skin remains soft, thoroughly hydrated, and protected from environmental aggressors. She then concludes her morning with a commitment to a simple, nourishing diet, typically consisting of oatmeal, fresh fruit, and herbal tea, accompanied by a few moments of quiet contemplation. These moments might involve 10 minutes of pure silence, sometimes dedicated to meditation or simply a peaceful period of listening to the gentle sounds of nature, like birdsong. This practice is not rooted in vanity, but rather in a deep understanding of its impact on her overall energy and her sense of dignity. In the evening, Maria again cleanses her face, but this time with a more intentional approach. She explains that if she has worn a light application of makeup or sunscreen, she uses a warm towel, perhaps moistened with a touch of olive oil, to gently lift away any residue. This is then followed by her weekly ritual, a practice that was passed down to her by her beloved grandmother. Typically on a Sunday evening, Maria prepares her baking soda paste. This involves combining 1 teaspoon of baking soda with 1 to 2 teaspoons of water or raw honey. For added benefit, she might optionally include a single drop of chamomile tea or aloe vera. She allows this paste to remain on her skin for a brief period, no longer than 5 minutes, just enough time to gently lift away any dullness and stimulate the emergence of fresh, new skin cells. And, as is her consistent practice, she follows this immediately with a thin protective layer of castor oil to replenish moisture and soothe the skin barrier. Her stated goal is not to appear young, but rather to feel clean, deeply cared for, and complete. Beyond the application of castor oil and baking soda, Maria actively cultivates what she refers to as gentle discipline. This encompasses a range of beneficial practices, including daily stretching exercises to maintain flexibility and mobility, ensuring adequate hydration by drinking plenty of water throughout the day, consciously avoiding unnecessary drama and conflict in her life, cultivating a habit of frequent laughter, and dedicating time to being present in sunlight and silence. She firmly believes that no amount of potent or advanced serum can ever truly substitute for the profound power of living a calm and balanced life. She observes, "Your skin is a direct reflection of your spirit. If you are tense, your face will appear tense. Conversely, if you extend kindness and gentleness to yourself, your skin will also soften and reflect that inner peace." Maria does not engage in a frantic chase for lost youth. Instead, she nurtures herself with the same patient, deliberate care one would extend to an old, cherished garden, combining presence with the simple, effective application of castor oil. It may sound almost deceptively simple, might it not? A commonplace kitchen staple like castor oil paired with humble baking soda. And somehow these two ingredients hold the key to gracefully navigating the aging process. We understand your potential skepticism. In a marketplace saturated with overhyped miracle creams and fleeting viral trends, it is entirely natural to approach such claims with a degree of doubt. Therefore, let us meticulously and honestly address the question that many are undoubtedly pondering. Is this truly viable? Firstly, can castor oil genuinely contribute to a noticeable difference in skin quality? Castor oil stands out as one of nature's most abundant sources of ricinoleic acid, a fatty acid possessing both potent anti-inflammatory and deeply moisturizing capabilities. Its therapeutic applications for soothing the skin, stimulating collagen production, and aiding in wound healing have been recognized and utilized for centuries. It is important to manage expectations. Castor oil does not perform instantaneous miracles. However, with consistent and dedicated application, it demonstrably supports the development of a stronger, more supple skin barrier, which is particularly crucial for mature skin that naturally experiences a decline in oil production with age. Secondly, is baking soda indeed safe for facial application? This is where a significant degree of caution and understanding is paramount. Baking soda in its pure form is alkaline, meaning it has the potential to disrupt the skin's naturally acidic pH balance if used excessively. However, this inherent property does not render it inherently dangerous. Rather, it imbues it with potent capabilities that necessitate careful and mindful application. When used no more than once a week and combined with soothing agents such as honey, aloe vera, or chamomile tea, baking soda transforms into a mild exfoliating agent. It effectively assists in lifting away dead skin cells and brightening the complexion without stripping the skin of its essential moisture. The absolute key lies in moderation. Consider it akin to using a gentle polishing cloth rather than an abrasive scrub brush. Thirdly, is this merely another iteration of an age-old folk remedy? This is an excellent question, and the answer is, in essence, yes. However, it is crucial to recognize that many of these old wives' tales were born from profound wisdom. These women lived their lives without access to the luxury brands or advanced dermatology clinics that are commonplace today. They developed and passed down practices that were proven to be safe, affordable, and sustainable. In the present day, scientific research is increasingly validating and explaining the efficacy of these traditional methods. We now understand that simpler skincare routines often provide better protection for the skin's natural barrier than aggressive multi-step product regimens. Therefore, while it is indeed a folk remedy, it is also a common-sense ritual that is increasingly being supported by scientific evidence, particularly in a societal landscape that has sometimes forgotten the value and efficacy of gentleness. A common concern is whether this regimen might lead to clogged pores. For the vast majority of individuals, castor oil is considered non-comedogenic, meaning it is unlikely to block pores when used in small quantities on clean skin. However, individual skin types can vary significantly. It is always advisable to begin with a slow introduction, perform a patch test on a small, inconspicuous area of skin, and carefully observe how your skin responds. For those with particularly sensitive skin or conditions like rosacea, it is prudent to omit the baking soda component entirely. In such cases, focusing solely on castor oil, perhaps diluted with a calming carrier oil such as jojoba or a chamomile-infused oil, is recommended. Furthermore, it is always wise to consult with a dermatologist before commencing any new skincare regimen, especially if you have pre-existing skin concerns. Regarding the timeline for observing results, it is realistic to expect to notice genuine changes after approximately 30 to 60 days of consistent application. This is not a rapid fix solution, but rather a nurturing practice that requires patience and dedication. Skepticism, in healthy doses, serves as a valuable protective mechanism, preventing us from being misled. However, at times, it can also inadvertently prevent us from rediscovering what is simple, effective, and fundamentally true. This endeavor is not about invoking magic. It is about embracing nourishment. It is about cultivating the mindfulness to touch your own face with kindness, and in doing so, perhaps witness your skin respond with a visible sense of gratitude. The skin possesses a remarkable capacity to remember, and this includes how we choose to treat it on a daily basis. Approach this with curiosity and a degree of caution, but do not let apprehension deter you from exploring something that might have been a cherished practice of your grandmother, especially if it offers offers benefits at a fraction of the cost of a simple cup of coffee and brings you closer to a deeper understanding and appreciation of yourself. By now, a sense of curiosity, perhaps even a touch of excitement, may be building as you contemplate trying this approach for yourself. However, as with any substance applied to the skin, particularly mature skin, prioritizing safety and simplicity is paramount. Therefore, consider this a gentle roadmap, a comprehensive yet easy-to-follow guide to initiating your own castor oil and baking soda skincare routine. Eliminate any guesswork, refrain from rushing the process, and embrace a calm, confident beginning. Step 1. Select the appropriate castor oil. It is crucial to understand that not all castor oils are created equal. For optimal skin benefits, always opt for cold-pressed castor oil. This method of extraction preserves the oil's natural nutrients and integrity. Ensure that the oil is hexane-free, meaning it has not been extracted using chemical solvents. Opting for organic castor oil is particularly advisable, especially if you have sensitive skin. Avoid products that contain added fragrances, artificial preservatives, or coloring agents. Your skin deserves to be treated with the purest, most natural ingredients available. Step 2. Perform a patch test. Before embarking on your new skincare journey, it is essential to conduct a patch test. Apply a very small amount of castor oil to the inside of your forearm. Allow it to remain for a period of 24 hours. If you observe no signs of itching, redness, or a rash, you can proceed with confidence. Step 3. Initiate with a nighttime ritual. Begin by incorporating castor oil into your routine just once a day, preferably at night. The rationale behind this is that the skin engages in its most significant repair processes while you are asleep, allowing the oil ample time to work its restorative magic undisturbed. How to apply castor oil to your face. Begin by gently cleansing your face with warm water and a mild cleanser. Carefully pat your skin dry. Dispense 2 to 4 drops of castor oil into the palm of your clean hand. Gently warm the oil slightly by rubbing your palms together. With your fingertips, gently press the oil into your skin, focusing on your cheeks, forehead, the area around your mouth, and under your eyes. Allow the oil to absorb fully overnight. There is no need to rinse it off. You may notice a slightly sticky sensation, which is entirely normal and expected. Within a few days of consistent application, your skin may begin to feel noticeably more supple and hydrated. A beginner-friendly castor oil plan for your first week. Days 1 to 3. Focus solely on applying castor oil to your clean skin at night. Days 4 to 5. Consider adding a single drop to your lips or cuticles to observe how your body responds to this localized application. Days 6 to 7. Begin to pay close attention and observe any changes. Does your skin feel softer? Is it less dry? While dramatic changes are unlikely at this early stage, focus on the gentle care and attentive listening to your body's signals. Baking soda should only be introduced later and strictly contingent upon your skin's tolerance of the oil. Its use should be limited to no more than once a week. Here is how to prepare a gentle exfoliating paste. Simple DIY baking soda face scrub. 1 teaspoon baking soda, 1 teaspoon honey, plain yogurt, or aloe vera. Optional. A few drops of warm chamomile tea. Gently mix these ingredients together to form a paste. How to use. Apply the paste to a damp face using your fingertips. Massage gently in slow circular motions for no more than 30 seconds. Rinse thoroughly with warm water. Pat your skin dry and follow with a few drops of castor oil. If your skin feels tight or appears red after application, it is advisable to reduce the frequency or intensity of use. Your skin will communicate its needs. Learn to listen. Skincare should not feel like a clinical or rushed obligation. Allow this process to evolve into a cherished ritual, a quiet act of self-love performed daily. You can enhance this ritual by incorporating a few deep breaths, a moment of genuine gratitude, or a gentle bedtime stretch. It is in these moments that true beauty transcends mere appearance, becoming something far more profound, an expression of what you generously give to yourself. Before you commence, let's briefly review some essential do's and don'ts. Do. Always perform a patch test for both castor oil and baking soda. Use clean fingers or appropriate tools for application. Store your castor oil in a cool, dark place to maintain its potency. Discontinue use immediately if any irritation occurs. Don't. Do not use baking soda more than once a week. Do not apply to open wounds or broken skin. Do not expect instantaneous overnight results. This practice is not about rewinding time, but about respecting the journey your skin has taken. It is about providing it with 2 simple ingredients and the patience to allow them to work their gentle magic day by day. This is about fostering connection, trust, and allowing time to reveal its benefits. Begin exactly where you are. Utilize the resources you have at hand and cultivate an appreciation for the person you see. As we draw this discussion to a close, it is imperative to underscore a fundamental truth. The narrative we construct around aging holds far greater power than any specific skincare routine. While castor oil and baking soda can undoubtedly contribute to nourishing your skin, softening fine lines, or enhancing your complexion's radiance, the genuine secret to looking and feeling youthful extends far beyond what we apply topically. It is intrinsically linked to the choices we make in how we live our lives, how we embrace each chapter with grace, unwavering curiosity, and inherent kindness, not only towards ourselves, but also towards others. Aging is not a process of loss. It is a profound transformation. Much like a majestic tree develops deeper, stronger roots with each passing season, we too grow richer in accumulated wisdom, inner strength, and compassionate understanding. It is undeniable that our bodies evolve, and our skin bears witness to this journey, etched with the stories of laughter, tears, profound love, and unwavering resilience. And in this entirety, there is an undeniable beauty. Graceful aging is not about attempting to conceal these narratives, but rather about honoring them. It commences with the very language we use to speak to ourselves and with the perceptions we hold when we gaze into the mirror. Instead of fixating on eradicating every perceived wrinkle, what if we shifted our focus to appreciating the inherent strength and wisdom each line represents? What if every etched line became a poignant reminder of a life lived fully and vibrantly? True beauty blossoms when we extend ourselves the same gentle care and kindness that we have so readily offered to others throughout our lives. Aging with grace signifies the daily pursuit of joy and purpose. It involves embracing new experiences wholeheartedly while also having the wisdom to know when to rest and recuperate. It means actively pursuing passions that may have been set aside and nurturing authentic friendships that enrich and sustain the soul. Your age does not define the scope of your dreams, nor does it diminish your intrinsic worth. Skincare is an integral component of holistic self-care, but it represents only one facet of a much larger picture. Emotional well-being, consistent physical activity, mental stimulation, and meaningful connections with others are the true cornerstones of radiant and vibrant aging. A routine such as that involving castor oil and baking soda can serve as a beautiful ritual of self-care. However, the most profoundly impactful ritual of all is the ongoing practice of learning to love who you are, precisely as you are. Therefore, as you contemplate this deceptively simple secret, remember that it is but one step on a much grander and more enriching path. Embrace your skin for the story it tells. Embrace your unique narrative and embrace your age as a testament to a life unfolding. For growing older is not about the forfeiture of youth, but rather about the profound acquisition of freedom, the freedom to embody your truest self more fully and beautifully than ever before. Thank you immensely for sharing this time with us. We sincerely hope you feel inspired to explore these simple, natural practices, and more importantly, to embrace your inherent beauty and accumulated wisdom at every stage of your life. If you have found value in this video, please consider showing your appreciation with a thumbs up. This greatly assists us in reaching more wonderful individuals like yourself who are embarking on this enriching journey of graceful aging. We would be absolutely delighted to hear from you. Please share your own personal stories or any questions you may have in the comment section below. Have you previously experimented with castor oil or other natural remedies? What is your own cherished self-care ritual? And please do not forget to subscribe and activate the notification notification bell so that you remain informed of our future videos, which are consistently filled with honest, uplifting, and practical tips for vibrant living, especially after the age of 60. Remember, aging gracefully is a gift that you bestow upon yourself every single day. Begin today.